everybody, and welcome to Bishop Guertin High School, scene of this afternoon's playoff game in girls volleyball. Here on NHIAA ETV, I'm John Collins along with Tom King. Tom, the tournament is about to tip off here this afternoon, and it's Bishop Guertin, number 6 seed, going up against Londonderry, number 11 seed in the 16-team tournament.
Now, volleyball is a sport, John, where there can be a lot of upsets. You never know what can happen. We did a great game here. If you remember, a couple of years ago, it was BG and Hollis Brookline in that first round. Remember that?
Can't forget it. It was one of the noisiest games that we've ever done in any sport here on NHIAA ETV.
I don't think it's going to be as noisy here this afternoon or this evening as we, it's late in the afternoon, but I don't think it's going to be quite as noisy.
No, Tom, the stands were packed for that game, and as you can see, decent attendance here, but they're not quite packed. BG is controlling the opening moments here. They're up a couple of points.
Tell you what, though, John, as we get into late October, this is a bad sign. We're already indoors. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
It's
good weather is ending.
Yep.
As BG picks up their third point, Jenna McCormick doing the serving here and having some good luck as she goes back behind the end line. BG coming into the game had a very successful season, but a few losses were mixed in, including with Londonderry. Back on September 11, Londonderry defeated Bishop Guertin 3-2 in the best-of-5 match. So they're looking to avenge that and to win this on their home court to advance into the playoffs.
Well, they're already off to a 4-point start, and Londonderry decided they want to talk it over right away.
That can happen with volleyball teams. That can
all
happen
momentum.
with
it's all.
Yeah,
it's all, I mean,
you can gel late in the season.
It's not like
get
basketball
hot.
where you're trading baskets all game sometimes.
Yeah.
This is like in volleyball. It's like a basketball game when you run off 10, 11, 12 straight points in a row. If you run off 5 or 6 in a row, that's the norm sometimes for this sport.
So after the timeout to talk strategy and try to break up BG's momentum, Jenna McCormick goes back to serving and gets another point for the Tigers.
It looked like it grazed the top of the net, but they count it. So she's got another five points, I think, right here.
Off to a great run to begin the match. Best of 5. First team to 3 games wins it.
Same instant replay. Basically the same type of shot. And she's got a different serving style. She throws it up and hits it with her palm of her hand rather than use the fist style. And there it goes. There she throws it up. That time didn't have enough. And it'll go over to Londonderry as they get a point off of that missed serve. And they haven't put it up there yet. But they trailed 6-0 at the start.
Yeah, now 6-1, and Londonderry gets their first crack at the serve, and they leave it short.
Right, exactly.
So it's 7-1 now, and it's the race to 25. You have to win the match or the game within the match by 2 points. So if it's tied at 24, they'll keep playing till somebody has a 2-point advantage. There's the set, double set, and they volley it over the cord. Good setup there, and there was a whistle before the hit. Apparently somebody had messed with the net on the Londonderry side, and that is a violation.
I don't know if it was that, John, or if that ball that went over was out of bounds.
Okay. Playing it,
nice dig.
And they'll just push it over.
And there's the spike attempt by Guertin.
Another
by Lexi Cambray.
What a nice dig by Londonderry to keep the volley going, the rally going. There's a stuff block, and too far over the net on the block is the violation call against the BG defenders.
Gabby Morris for Londonderry with a good play there. She could have been eaten up alive. She's got a height disadvantage, but she was able to make that play. Nice dig again, this time by Guertin, and the hit, the long hit just doesn't do it. Goes into the net.
Mariana Gomez, number 4, the defensive specialist. Libero is the player wearing the green jersey for Guertin. And she has a nice dig there. You can see why they call her a defensive specialist. Great set.
They got to set up right here for the spike, and they do. And Londonderry responds.
Wow, that was their defensive specialist that came up with that one.
Yeah, and another point for the Lancers.
So
closing in now.
Yeah, key play there by Londonderry not to panic despite the great setup that BG had. They could not put it away. And doing the serving will be Gabby Morris, the senior, 5'8". She's serving from the back line. She goes with the, well, in basketball, be a set shot, standing on 2 feet.
There's another setup. There's a spike attempt right here. Oh, they do the light tap.
Oh, yeah.
And it works.
A little bit of a paintbrush move by BG there. As they
looked like it was Mackenzie Sweeney, the middle hitter. She's a senior.
Perfect touch on that hit, and it becomes another point for Guertin. Up 9-3. Paula Matos.
Matos, yep.
Hits it right down the middle, forcing Londonderry. Matos.
Well, not enough there as they should dive.
Yeah, good attempts.
Digs are great
point,
when you're set and you're able to just get in that crouch.
Great save, back line, Mariana Gomez.
Set up here.
Tip ball,
There's
Gomez
a great
again.
dig.
Not only a good dig, but actually set it up for a possible point. Londonderry volleying, getting it over, and we have a net violation against Londonderry's Emily Bretos.
That's BG's 10th point. So they're just about halfway home. Now they've hit double figures in this first game. Remember, when you go to, if you go to fifth set, it's only up to 15 and not 25 like the other 4 are.
You can only hit the ball 3 times on your side before you got to get it over. 4 times is a violation. Londonderry maybe long on that shot, but BG taking no chances will volley it. The rally continues, one of our longest of the match.
Oh, nice save there by Guertin.
Londonderry with the attempted put away, and they do.
Yeah, they had to find that middle space because Guertin's back line had been saving a lot. So the way to do it was to kind of put it just in front of them, and the Lancers did, and they closed to within 4 at 10-6. Not bad after starting the game 6-zip.
Number 5, who got that point for the Lancers, Madison Sanborn, 5'10", just a freshman, has a lot of great volleyball ahead of her at Londonderry High School. There's a touch shot that Londonderry's able to save. That was Sanborn again for Londonderry, the freshman that saved that. And the Lancers keep it alive here. Deep down the middle. Longer volleys now as the players are all warmed up.
Good point, John. They are warmed up, so
focused on that ball.
Yep. This is a long volley here. Tipped right at the net. Here's another setup, and too far wide.
Oh, 10-7, a tighter game now.
I know. Guertin was trying to hit the ball where they ain't. And unfortunately, they did, but it was out of bounds.
As you remember, Guertin was up 6-0, 7-1, 8-2, but much different story now. Londonderry serving just down by 3, 10-7.
Momentum we talked about. There's the spike they wanted the last time. Didn't get it. And a light tap.
BG's got to get it over, and they do on the third hit. Another light tap. Both teams having trouble finding the floor.
And there's a point for Guertin. Finally, they get that spike. This time the strategy changed right there in the middle by Margaret Richardson. She decided that she was going to hit it right at them rather than try to put it in an empty space, and it worked.
And she sizzled the ball off of the hand or forearms of Gabby Morris.
And the Lancers come right back. That middle ground is very open for Guertin. They're having some problems with their middle hitting. Covering that space, Londonderry has found a void, and they've closed again back to within 3 at 11-8, and they're serving.
That was Angela Pikert that was serving there with that.
See the difference right there? Londonderry's middle hitting is there. They don't give up that middle ground. But that time they were off the mark with their dig, and Guertin gets the point.
Unable to return it. Guertin up by 4. With number 4, Mariana Gomez doing the serving.
got a rhythm with that dribble, isn't she?
Yep, and it turns into a nice serve. 12-8 to score. The race to 25 here in the opening game of the best-of-5 match. Very hard spike.
Oh, that was hard. That was a great setup. I thought they would set to the middle. Instead, they set up all the way across the front of the net. And that corner shot was tremendous by Guertin.
Here comes the heater, and it pays off. 13-8. Bishop Guertin is up as Gomez serves again. Number 12 at the back line is Rebecca Feenstra for Londonderry to save that one and turns it into a longer rally. Gomez's shot fails to get over the court. It's a Londonderry point.
A lot of points off of Guertin miscues. And it's a 4-point game. 13-9.
Nice setup.
Oh, nice light tap. But again, if you're going to do that, find an empty space. They weren't able to do it that time. This time they should have a hard one. There they go. Nope, a light one.
Sometimes it seems like there's more than 6 players aside as they've been doing a great job of keeping the ball off the floor, both teams.
And
that is just in. What a shot.
Oh, boy, I'll tell you. They went with the force. I think a couple of times, John, Guertin sold themselves short. They could have had the hard spike, and they went with the strategic tap, and it didn't work.
Kayla Coster is number 7 for Londonderry, who I believe scored that point. One that Roger Federer would have been proud of, just inside the far
Good
sideline.
analogy, because you have to have a tennis mentality when you play this game almost. And Londonderry closes to within 2 at 13-11.
And serving long. So that is a point for Guertin, much needed one.
Yeah, unforced error, almost like a turnover in basketball.
Guertin jumped out to a 6-0 lead in this game, and then Londonderry called a timeout, was able to work their way back into the game and see some momentum. Serving Jenna McCormack, junior. Puts it down the middle. A hard fastball again proves to be the charm for BG. And McCormack will probably go right back to that, Tom. If she can consistently hit that heater down the middle, probably go back to it. It was a tough try for Gabby Morris. That time it was Rebecca Feenstra that was able to save that serve. Is it in?
Is it in? No.
It's out, they say.
It's out. Back to
Just
3.
out.
There you see why it's important, John, when you look at that score to get off to a fast start in a game. That start that Guertin has is basically the difference in this opening set right now.
And sometimes it can be so exhausting just to get back in a game after you're down 6-0.
Right.
You run out of gas at the end of the game. So that may be BG's best bet here.
Tip.
But they still have to work for it. They get it over. The rally continues. It was tipped. Gomez with a nice save back line. Set up now for Londonderry. The touch spike is out of bounds off of Guertin.
Touch spike worked. It forced a dig and a stretch. And the errant shot. It's back to a 2-point game.
Hard fought first game in the best-of-5 match. That one almost got away. Gomez able to go back near the stage and get it.
Oh, look at that. Revert over the back shot. And
Just
the light
out of
touch
bounds.
doesn't work. Wow.
Right
1 point.
idea, wrong placement.
I think when you have something like that, just bang it right down. Straight down.
Spike it. Kill it.
Exactly.
And
now
Londonderry's
we are
tied it up.
even at 15 apiece.
Coming into this tournament, Londonderry was seeded number 11 and Bishop Guertin 6. That's why BG's hosting this. But if you go back to 9/11, September 11 of this year, Londonderry defeated BG at Londonderry 3-2. The winner of this match will advance to play the winner of Concord versus Salem. BG also lost to Concord earlier this season at Concord. And it's over. It's another Londonderry point. So, Tom, they have seized the lead for the first time in this game. BG setting up.
Oh.
And a good spike there.
A good spike, but a great effort by Londonderry with that save. Almost worked. We're tied at 16.
We don't have all the heights for the BG players. We do have them for the Londonderry players, but that appeared to be the tallest hitter for BG that was able to launch that last one.
Little net on that shot. Kind of threw everything off.
Out of bounds. Actually, the point.
Where was that violation? It's against the Cardinals, I see, but
somebody might have put a hand on the net. That's all I can think of.
Good job by Londonderry, though, John, to come back
by
and
2.
Take the lead in this game.
Absolutely. Long hit is too long. And
now they're up by 2.
18-16 in favor of Londonderry.
Game number 1 of what could be 5.
Quite a battle here. Gabby Morris serving for Londonderry. BG setting up. Gomez gets it over. And the attempted spike by Allie O'Neill blocked by 2 BG defenders. Again, BG stuffing the net effectively to get it over. The rally continues. Gomez playing fine defense on the back line there. Nice touch. Londonderry scrambles. And it's out of bounds off the Lancers' BG point.
Nice play by the Cardinals. It looked again like it was number 15, I think. Not 15,
12. Mackenzie Sweeney, the middle
Sweeney
hitter.
In the middle, yeah. Sweeney, who's had a good game.
Yeah, and teaming up with right side hitter Sarah
You know what
Sherburne.
I see, though, John? I see Guertin with an over-the-net mentality, okay?
Yeah.
And Londonderry appears to me to have, with that shot, as you just saw it, right in the middle again, taking advantage of that territory, Londonderry appears to have a aggressive, go-for-the-kill mentality. Guertin seems to have lost that somewhere in this game.
The right side hitter here is Jillian Rabasco.
They're very much on the defensive.
Good block by BG. Londonderry recovers and the rally continues. Gomez, another nice dig near the back line. Rabasco's hit is in.
There's the aggression that the Cardinals needed. Right there. They were getting complacent, seemingly comfortable with just basically putting the ball over the net.
A hot smash by Jillian Rabasco.
Well, you said
some
hot
Tabasco sauce on that.
You said hot, John. I think that's going to be a factor in this match too. I'll talk about that in a second.
Touch gets put into the nice open area of the court, the left side hitter.
There was an opening there. I liked the shot, but I still think they've been doing too much of that in this game. John, remember, today is an abnormally warm day after all the rain and everything else, and that makes it warm in here.
Right.
And that could end up being a fatigue factor for somebody as we get on in this match.
Especially if every game in the match is so tightly contested as this one is. Jillian Rabasco will do the serving. As BG tries to retake the lead.
Oh, what a little left-handed, nonchalant left-handed flip. There's another hard shot by Guertin finally. And that was
tipped. Out of bounds. BG, nice decision to let that go.
I wonder about that. I thought that was tipped. I thought I heard a tip, but I guess not.
You could appeal to the first base umpire,
that's
but
true,
I don't think that's going to help you.
Or we could check the check with the replay officials
Super
in New
slow-mo.
York. Check with the replay officials in Concord.
Rabasco served too hot to handle again, and BG's got a 3-point lead. What a seesaw game this has been.
All of a sudden, the Lancers want time. They want to see if they can salvage this game down 22-19 here in the preliminary round of the Division I NHIAA Volleyball Tournament.
BG had begun the season with a couple of wins over Alvern and Exeter before they had their first loss against this Londonderry team. Then they ripped off about 6 wins in a row before they ran up against Concord. They also defeated Salem, lost to Dover, and it was a mixed bag through the end of the season. Win-loss, win-loss. They ended the season with a loss against Goffstown. 3-0 they lost to Goffstown. So that was kind of alarming entering the playoffs against a lower seeded team. They had a letdown, I guess, Tom, in the last game to not be able to win a game at home against Goffstown. But they're putting things together here in the tournament when it counts.
We get to that regular season couple of games, you're kind of looking ahead of the tournament.
Yeah, it must have happened.
Yep, and there's that middle space again. Londonderry's found that the entire match, and they get a much-needed point off the timeout.
Shannon Sonia, number 2, with the nice touch winner.
2-point game.
There you see it, 22-20, and as you note, the clock stands still. There's no time clock in volleyball. It's all about
that
the points.
one up there stands for basically, I think the first one is, I think that's a timeout. That's for the timeouts.
I think they're going by the games with that.
No, they have a quarter sign for one for that. So
because that one's been up there since the match began.
Well, they run it off.
Oh, they do
during the timeout.
Oh, okay.
We don't show it.
Oh, right. They use it for that.
Yep.
Serving back line, Londonderry trying to run off a string of points, and as Tom said, salvage this one. There's a great dig by Gomez, the dig of the match. And it turns into a point.
From that corner again.
Number 14 for BG's Megan Morelli.
She's been out there a lot on that side, and she makes the play.
And she gets congratulated. She comes off the court for a breather here. Great point for BG. That's what tournament wins are made of. That one doesn't get over the net, and it's another Guertin point.
And now we're at match point.
Serving for 25 is Hannah Glasheen.
Serving for the match, or for the set point.
One.
BG takes game 1.
1-0 in the match in the race to the best of 3, a best of 5, race to 3. BG has a leg up, and that was a hard-fought first set.
Well, they trailed 19-17.
They did.
And they rattled off 4 straight points, and that made actually 5 straight points. Take a 22-19 lead. That makes all the difference. 25-21 is your score, and the clock ticks down for the in-between time in between these games. The winner of this will visit either Concord or host Salem, depending on who wins that preliminary round match.
South was the 16th seed. They just barely got into the tournament.
That was an improvement for them this year. They had a coaching change a year ago, went through a tumultuous non-tournament season where they just basically had to learn, basically learn the sport. This year, a little bit better. They won 5 matches.
Yeah.
They made it. I think that the
5
change,
and 13. Yep.
I think the change this year locally was Nashua North struggled to a 6-12 record. And that was, that's unusual for that program. But they missed Taylor Choate. Remember, Choate graduated, and she was a very good player for them. And they made it to the semis a year ago. John Collins had great success at North and when Nashua was won. He's been a good coach for them over the years and has built the program. But he's got another Choate, I believe it's Michaela, coming up, who's a sophomore this year. He said she's going to be dynamite the next couple of years. So keep an eye on North down the road. But that was the change this year from other years. We usually see Nashua North up there in the top 4 or 5 teams. This year they were down at the number 15th seed.
Of course, Tom just mentioning North finishing at 6-12, South in the tournament at 5 and 13. But South's great prize for getting to the tournament, they get to play Merrimack in the opening round.
That's tough. But
Merrimack.
You know what? I still think making the tournament and being able to continue your season after the regular season ends is important for any kind of program. And I think that I don't believe in how many teams they allow in with the records they do. I think you've got to put a little bit more emphasis on the regular season to win matches. But at the same time, South kids can say they made the tournament, and that'll go a long way towards building for next year.
Opening points of the second game set of this match.
Game, set, match.
Game, set, match. Well, we've referred to the game and set as the same thing. Of course, in tennis, it's different. You have to win a certain number of games to win a set, to win a match. But
volleyball. It's
you can call them both in volleyball, right. Game or set.
25-21, Guertin in the first one.
Long. And it's a Lancer point.
Londonderry in the blue, Guertin in the white and green.
More fans filing into the Caligula Dome Gymnasium here at Bishop Guertin as the match goes along on this unseasonably warm afternoon. And the Londonderry attempted hit doesn't get over. It's a BG point.
Not off to the incredibly fast start that they got off to last game when they were up 6-0. 2-1 as you see the score there, Londonderry leading, but it's important. You know, you get that momentum for winning the first game. You need to let those swings carry over into the next game.
Jenna McCormick, who was a hot server in the opening game, serves here. Let's see if she's got the hot streak continues.
Nope.
Nope. It's a point for Londonderry off a violation by BG. Some of the violations you can have is the same player hits the ball twice, the team hits the ball 4 times, somebody puts their hand into the net and affects the net during a point.
The Lancers, coached by David Starren and assisted by Rebecca Campo and Melissa Starren, while Guertin, for I believe the 3rd or 4th year in a row, coached by Abby Rosen, and she's assisted by Matt Box and Kyle Clement.
A hard spike attempt by Londonderry pays off as they get another point. So the Lancers asserting themselves here in game 2, trying to even up the match. BG leads 1-0 after a 25-21 victory.
Did it get it? Yes, it did. Boy, that made it by just by maybe a fraction of an inch. Cardinals winning 1 at 4-3.
Yeah, let's see who's gonna.
Ball was in the corner.
Go back and serve. That's number 15, Paula Matos doing the serving. And it's a whiff on the Londonderry hit, and it finds the court. Well placed. Sarah Sherburne, excuse me, it is Allie O'Neill for the Lancers doing the serving. As you can see, the team switched sides immediately during the course of the match, game by game. Maria Gomez has been, Mariana has been very good in that back line wearing the green jersey, the defensive specialist for BG. Living up to that title, but this one goes
Aaron
long.
Spike off the side.
And so
almost, and that's hard to do from one corner to the other.
Yeah.
You know, that's
you're putting a lot on that.
Yeah, you're probably better off going with a direct shot right down the middle.
Just getting it over was Megan Morelli, number 14, near
that
side.
block. Was it a legal hit? Yeah, it was on the net. So it's going to go to Londonderry. This will be before that ball even hit the ground.
Sherburne piling up the points for Londonderry on serve here.
Well, that's not Sherburne. Abby O'Neill is Londonderry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Allie O'Neill is piling up.
Sherburne, remember that that's a good name. Jamie Sherburne.
Yeah.
Years from a couple of years ago.
On this very court. So Allie O'Neill piling up the points. Londonderry forces BG to call timeout. Try to stymie or stop this momentum that the Lancers have developed here. As we look at David Starren gathering with his troops to our left. Now looking to our right, where Abby Rosen has her players gathered around. Tim O'Neill on camera.
Rosen trying to get her people positioned correctly. Trying to get them to have, I think, a more aggressive attitude. They found it a little bit in that run to end the period last time. But they need a little bit more of it, as it is an 8-3 score with Londonderry way out in front here in game 2.
Yeah, biggest lead of the night for Londonderry thus far. Allie O'Neill on serve. The jump attack, too much adrenaline behind that one, and the timeout may have served well to cool off the hot-handed Allie O'Neill. So a point for BG, and they get the serve back. Nice solid delivery right down the middle. The Lancers return it. Gomez digs it out. Getting it over was Megan Morelli.
Too many missed hits by the Cardinals in this, John.
Yeah.
They haven't had many long rallies. They haven't had many aggressive shots. They basically just a lot of unforced errors, and they're trailing in this one. It's amazing how one game can be so different from the other. Just that 3-minute break can change everything. And there's a shot from the defensive specialist from the back line. Great shot right there by Matos. See if that ignites Guertin a little bit. Get something going. Oh, not that time. Takes one bad serve to kill momentum. 10-5, Londonderry lead.
So Londonderry gets the serve right back, and that's Angela Pikert, a 5'10" senior that is preparing to send it over the net if she can. Mariana Gomez in the green jersey.
Oh, goes again for the light tap.
And doesn't get it over,
no.
So BG.
6-point lead for Londonderry.
Not able to string points together here in this second set of the best-of-5 match. BG is leading 1-0, but now down 11-5 here in the second game, and that's an errant return.
12-5 now.
It's been all Londonderry here in game 2. Seems to be like a letdown in focus by BG for the moment.
Very much so. Again, just amazing how that break can change momentum. That's the right idea. Londonderry with a good save.
They get it over.
Yeah, I'm amazed they were able to do that. That's another gift by Guertin, just getting the ball over rather than going for the... See, right there, they had a chance to set up in front. Instead, I think that setup was too far, and it carried over the net, and Londonderry, on a soft hit, was able to gain momentum and set up a spike.
Gabby Morris finished that point off for the Lancers on the left, the far left corner.
Cardinals, John, very much on the defensive here in this match, down 13-6.
They do get the serve back. Mariana Gomez will be the server on this point. You see a substitution being made. Into the game comes Rebecca Veenstra. No, excuse me, number 12 is Mackenzie Sweeney, middle hitter for BG. It's a tipped spike and touch attempt by Sweeney.
Almost trying to guide that in the middle of the floor. They get a break with something Londonderry hasn't done much in this match, unforced error.
Unforced error in the long hit. Gomez hoping that she has the hot hand to get her team back into game 2. Good line drive serve. Londonderry handles it nicely. Gomez again with the dig, the setup, and it's going to hit the floor.
Again, you know, you just get into that soft touch mentality, and I think it kind of hurts you more than helps you. That happened right at the front of the net. Londonderry was there, easily able to turn another Guertin soft tap into a opposing spike.
Emily Bretos with the serve for Londonderry. And both teams volleying the ball.
Let's see what they do here. There's a hard spike, or a semi-hard spike. Block attempt, no good. Londonderry gets another point.
Tooling it off the block.
I think it's going to take a lot to turn the momentum in this game Bishop Guertin's way. I really do.
Kayla Koster with the point there. Just 5'4", but able to get up.
Now, Londonderry keeps doing that, maybe.
Yeah.
See, it's a 15-8 game. Guertin needs to run off 5 or 6, I think, in a row, about 5 in a row, to get the feel of being back in this game, and they haven't been able to do it.
That's Jenna McCormick on serve. The setup And a great spike attempt, an even better dig by Londonderry to keep the point alive. BG with just a get-it-over volley there. And Londonderry, perfect touch.
Well, that time the touch really works for the Lancers. Looks like there's Allie O'Neill, number 11, with that touch. Gets it over the net and hit it where they ain't.
Londonderry in control of this second game.
16-8.
And the wheels coming off here for BG. Unfortunately, 17-8 now. Long on the serve, unforced error by the Lancers, 17-9.
Those missed serves are what's keeping Bishop Guertin in this game.
Yeah, you're right. If Lancers had put every serve in play, it might be over already, the way this second game has gone. Down the middle. Was a good serve by BG, nice and solid after the unforced error by Londonderry.
Oh, great block, and finally the Cardinals are in double digits. And once you get to double digits, that's when you see things change. So maybe it can change for Guertin here.
Lexi Cambray is the server for Bishop Guertin. Gomez.
Nice dig, but that's just in the back.
Mariana Gomez is that defensive specialist in the green shirt. And BG doing a good job of keeping this point alive, as is Londonderry, one of the longest volleys of game 2.
That was a good spike, and Londonderry with a nice reaction. This is a great rally. This is one of the better rallies of the match.
Up in the air, Gomez just gets it back over, almost the element of surprise, but again, Londonderry, and a nice stuff block by Megan Morelli, the outside hitter there in that play. 17-11, timeout by Londonderry this time, as they sense the momentum shifting.
You can sense a little bit of it because Guertin, gets some points off their own work rather than misplays by the Lancers.
But the fact is, Londonderry just 8 points away from securing this match, while BG's going to have to come up with 14 in the race to 25. Nice quick timeouts in volleyball.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many you get a match or per game. You need a couple here and there to change momentum.
Till the networks start messing with the timeouts, then we'll have 1.5 minutes for
Nike
Nike commercials.
Yeah, but the best thing about this, John, is it's nonstop action. You don't have yellow flags flying.
Right, that's true too. And when a flag does fly, it's just a point, and then you quickly resume play. Gomez with stalwart work at the back line, just can't get it over that time. Outside hitter Lexi Cambray had a little bit too much palm on that, I think, not enough heel of the hand. Gabby Morris serving for Londonderry, as Megan Morelli tried to find some open space in the court, couldn't.
Again,
that's Mackenzie Sweeney, number 12, also out there.
Guertin needs they need more aggressive net play, I think. That was a return to Londonderry that was, again, soft. It was aimed low. But if it had velocity, it might have done the trick. And there's another unforced error that goes the Lancers' way. And it looks like Londonderry is going to get the win in game 2 and even this thing up.
Gabby Morris's serve is long. 20-12, the score in favor of the Lancers. It's game 2 of the best-of-5 match. BG, in a hard-fought opening set, was able to take a 1-0 advantage. As Matos serves hard and down the middle on the jump serve. Great save by BG right there to keep the point alive.
Oh, nice block by the Cardinals.
And they keep it inbounds as well. Allie O'Neill.
Another dig, but that one goes awry, and it's Londonderry's point. 4 points away from winning this game.
Yeah, Paula Matos absorbing that heater, just not able to dig it out in a way that a teammate could return it. Great velocity by O'Neill, who now will do the serving for Londonderry. Was very successful earlier in this game on serve. And here comes BG's attempt to try to get back in the game. O'Neill with the dig and the set. And the attempted put away by Vassell. BG can't find the open court.
There's a block and a great point right there. No! Londonderry keeps it alive. Thought for sure that was going to hit the ground.
And a nice put away by the middle hitter.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. And Margaret Richardson for Guertin did just that. She had the great block that she thought was going to turn into a point, and the next time she had to have that middle hit right into the middle of the floor for Londonderry for that point. She came right back and stayed with the play. And another spike, and that was another block by her. Did it again. Still, you wonder, is it too little too late for Guertin in this game? 21-14.
Yeah, it feels like it might be a little too late. Londonderry.
Yeah, you never, volleyball, you can change in a hurry.
BG just getting it over, trying to minimize mistakes. Great dig. Back line now.
Yeah, Guertin's playing with a lot more life than they were the first few minutes of this game. They took the first half of the second game off, it seemed. And Londonderry has taken advantage. Great back line play by Guertin, but they need it up front now. They need to convert that back line into points. And they aren't able to do it right there with a nice tap to the side. And the Lancers now have their 22nd point.
Just inbounds. Terrific play by both teams on that volley, but Londonderry ends up coming up with the nice touch winner. And on serve is Kayla Coster. Gomez with the dig. And a block in favor of Londonderry. They get the point. Londonderry may be just a few moments away from securing the second game of this match. They just need 2 more points, 23-14. That's out of bounds off of BG. And now serving for the match will be Kayla Coster. Up by 10, Londonderry. That's out. It's a 1-1 match right now.
Yep, Londonderry with a 25-14 win in game number 2.
So now if you're Abby Rosen, you got some coaching to do to try to get your team's heads back in the game, Tom. They just kind of conceded that second game. After
didn't it feel that way, John? You know, the gym wasn't that alive. It just seemed like everything was, okay, we won the first one. We did a good job. We'll keep going, keep doing it. Not the case. Not when you're facing a team that has already beaten you in the regular season and you know that they can give you some trouble.
So I was brushing up on my volleyball terminology before the game. There's some interesting lingo that goes.
You stop with all this show prep. You're putting me to shame.
There's actually a term called Princess of Wales, a player who spikes the ball as hard as possible, no matter what. I like that. And it's spelled Wales, W-H-A-L. There's a term called sizzle the pits. It's a hard spike that travels under the blocker's raised arms just past their armpits.
John, do you really think that anybody uses those terms anymore?
No, but let's start.
So. That's pretty sizzle in the pit. There we go.
Bringing the heat, you understand that, a particularly hard spike. I like that. And here comes the heater, is what an opponent may call out when a server that's known for serving really hard jump serves.
I just want to know if Abby Rosen turns to one of her players and says, we need to sizzle the pit. What kind of response she gets in return.
How about this one? A redwood is a tall, awkward blocker. Redwoods are not very mobile. Roof. When a player jumps above the net to block and blocks the ball straight down. Roofing it.
That's not a bad term.
That's a good one.
That fits. Well, Guertin will try to sizzle the pit here.
Yes.
in the third game.
And they're trying to put the sizzle back in this match. They didn't have it in game 2 after winning game 1.
I'm going to be a little I'm going to be we'll use another term.
Contrarian?
All right. I think high school volleyball, you ought to dummy it down a little bit, more or less, and go three games, best of 3. I don't think you need to go best of 5 in high school volleyball. Because you play that 5th set, and it's almost like sudden death overtime because you only go up to 15. Just play 3 full games, you know? Best of 3. I like it that way.
That's a point for the Lancers. Just underway in game 3 of what is a best of 5 here at Bishop Guertin High School. John Collins with Tom King. Tim O'Neill is our cameraman. Our executive producer, Pete Johnson, putting together our tournament schedule here in the fall, football and volleyball and soccer. We'll also cover field hockey, and we'll have a unified soccer playoff game coming up on Nashua ETV, where you can watch any of our games anywhere, anytime online at nashua.easystream.com.
Oh, nice tap again.
And
goes to
it
Londonderry.
pays off. That was Allie O'Neill, who's been a great player for the Lancers here, early number 11 up at the net. Gabby Morris doing the serving for the Lancers. Great dig. Mariana Gomez there in the green shirt's been fantastic.
Dug that pass, tried to save a short shot off the net and try to dig it back and set somebody up, but just too hard. That was too tough of a task to overcome right there. And there's an unforced error. Londonderry's had a lot of those today.
Yeah. Gabby Morris's serve ends up in the net, so it's a 3-3 game 3.
It's a 3-3 game 3, but we're even 1-1 in games in the best of 5.
Paola Matos, number 15, getting ready to serve here. Just a freshman. Nice jump serve, too. And Londonderry, all they can to corral it and get it back over the net. Set up, near side. Lexi Cambray is number 6. Number 8 is the near side hitter.
Too far.
Jillian Rabasco figured in that point, number 8, the near side hitter.
Guertin taking advantage now, or at least they hope to, of all those mistakes, those unforced mistakes by the Lancers.
Matos finding that no person's land in the middle of the court. So it's a 5-3 lead for BG as Paola Matos has the hot hand that BG desperately needs to shift momentum. She's able to repeat that very consistently with the serve, but Londonderry, nice kill there. Wide open court.
I definitely have to
Allie O'Neill finds it.
I definitely have to say the Lancers have had the edge in aggression in this overall tournament match here.
Especially since game 1 ended. It's been mostly Londonderry since then, although they do trail by a point here. Allie O'Neill with the jump serve. Too long on the serve, and it's a point for BG up 6-4. BG took the opening game 25-21. Then it was mostly all Londonderry, 25-14 in game 2. Now BG reasserting themselves in game 3, up by 3 points.
7-3. A little bit of momentum here. Abby Rosen walks on the court to try to get a message to somebody. And Londonderry with another mistake.
Right, solid serving.
8-3, Guertin.
Julian Rabasco.
Timeout, Londonderry. They want to stem the tide here as the Cardinals have roared out to another strong start. Their second in 3 matches.
Yeah, you would
but
have
taking
to
advantage of the mistakes by Londonderry.
You would have to think that whoever wins this game 3, the odds, the percentages are going to dramatically favor them to take the match up 2 games.
Well, I think you can say that generally.
Yeah.
But if you go by the way this match has gone, it was such a stark contrast between games 1 and 2. Who's to say it won't be a stark contrast between games 3 and 4?
Yeah.
See what I mean?
True.
One game does not lead into the other, it seems, in this sport or in this particular playoff match between the Cardinals and the Lancers.
So much has been written over the years about who invented baseball and basketball, but I never looked into the history of volleyball. That'll be my next show.
It'll be the next one, yep.
I was just thinking that the equipment's minimal, though. You don't have to spend certainly not as much as football to play volleyball.
Net and the ball, that's all you need.
It. Yeah, maybe some knee pads the players get on their own.
Kids get those, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I think they get those on their own. I don't know if you have to wear the mouth guard ball. I don't think you do.
Are there any really tough volleyball players that don't wear those knee guards?
I have no clue. I know it.
It wouldn't seem to be wise.
I think they may be required.
Probably are, yeah.
Because you're playing on a hard gym floor.
And BG returning serve. They do so effectively. A little bit of miscommunication there by the Lancers.
Yeah, a little bit. You know, no one knew who was going to dig it out from the middle of the court, but Guertin, it was kind of an unforced error, but also, Guertin, I think, kind of forced that a little bit with the way they played.
Londonderry setting up. That's too long on the shot. Good read by Mariana Gomez at the back line to let that go. And it's another Guertin point. On serve number 13 for Guertin. Actually, it's not 13, is it? It's probably 12, Mackenzie Sweeney. Got to say, Guertin's numbers are harder to read than Londonderry's at some points in the game. Nice touch. Londonderry forced to play it.
Oh,
block.
That time the tip was foiled. Great job right there by Margaret Richardson, the outside hitter.
Margaret's only about 5'4".
Yeah, I know,
like,
and she gets up there and
playing
made
tall
the
on
play.
that point.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Gomez gets a piece of it, and BG able to return it.
Yeah, they had to hit it over with that third shot. Set up right here for the spike. Blocked by Londonderry, nice block.
Finding the open
Richardson
court.
again with another big point.
Richardson's got to be sneaking a peek about where she should hit it, because that was the best spot on the court. Kind of like if you had to freeze frame it and diagram it, where's the open spot on the court, can you find it? And Richardson did again. Another point for the Cardinals. They get it back over. Gomez, brilliant. Londonderry keeping the point alive, trying for another spike. Opportunity for BG.
That time she was blocked.
Great job of keeping the point alive by both teams.
Yep. And a nice tip over the net, yes. Oh, I don't know about that. I think they rolled up on the net, but no, they're going to call it. Let's see. Yeah, Londonderry's point.
I don't know how that came about.
I don't know either, but Londonderry now trailing 13-6.
Much needed point for the Lancers.
Oh, they needed it badly.
They're still down by 7. As Gabby Morris does the serving for the Lancers. BG shot was going to sneak inside the back line. Lancers forced to play it. Gomez setting it up, shoving it over the net for a point. Jenna McCormick.
Bad error by Londonderry. They had a chance to try the backward shot. Couldn't quite get it. Too much spin on the ball. 14-6 in favor of the Cardinals.
That was almost like a fake set by by Jenna McCormick, Tom. She looked like she was going to put two hands, and she just all of a sudden shoved it over instead of setting it up with the two-handed forearms. And it proved to be effective. Another point for Guertin. They're on a roll now.
Yep, 9-15-6.
Looked like the official indicated the same player hit the ball twice in a row, which is a violation. Gomez on stage here, even though she's off stage as she serves. And it does so effectively, deep left corner. Londonderry all they can just to get it back over.
Oh, that was a great job by the Lancers.
In,
yes. 16-6.
Timeout, Londonderry.
Yeah, their second one of this one, and they're trailing by 10. And as you can see,
smiles in the BG huddle.
Well, as you can see, John, what happens in one game does not necessarily translate to the next.
It's amazing, you know?
Isn't it? It's incredible.
Yeah. Coaches probably learn to expect that. I don't know if they are able to quite explain it or figure it out, but there's your tail of the tape on the scoreboard. 16-6, a commanding lead. In game 3 of this best of 5 match. In a hard-fought opening set, BG won 25-21, then Londonderry dominated in game 2, winning 25-14. Pivotal game 3 here, being controlled by Bishop Guertin and Mariana Gomez, especially with her fine digs and serves. And I just jinxed her. She serves it
Yes,
long.
she did. An unforced error liner that went all the way through. Londonderry did a good job, John, to let that ball go through.
Yeah.
It was low enough that somebody could have probably hit it.
Yeah, I guess you get the feel for the rectangle at this point in the season. It's kind of like a batter in the strike zone. You just know right out of the hand whether it's going to go long.
It's a small rectangle. There's not a lot of room back there.
Blocked by Londonderry.
Yeah,
Nice play at the
turns
front.
into a point. 2 points for Guertin. 2 points for Londonderry now.
Number 9 for the Lancers.
Yeah.
Middle hitter Josie Collins got that point.
Number 9 for Londonderry. Number 8 in terms of points. But Guertin that time with a great middle tip.
Oh, and a choreographed point celebration. Like it. Katie Negron comes out of the game after a successful stint.
And we have got ourselves a 17-9 Guertin lead, but a bad serve is going to turn it back to Londonderry. You can't do that. You've got to take advantage of the other team's miscues.
It almost looked like Jenna McCormick thought she heard a whistle mid-serve.
Almost. She almost hesitated. Yeah. Seemed that way. Here's a setup right here. Let's see how the Cardinals convert it.
Jenna McCormick with a hard hit. Actually, it was near side hitter Jillian Rabasco.
There she is on that far side.
Richardson, she plays tall.
Oh, she does. She, to me, is Guertin's MVP because a lot in this game, in this match, because
it's number 6.
Oh, number 6. That's Lexi Cambray. Anybody on that outside?
Yeah.
All right, Richardson and Cambray are very, very important in this match because they seem to have the bulk of the opportunities for the Cardinals.
Somehow Londonderry kept that ball
I don't
off
know
the
how
floor.
they did that.
Look at an inch
Look
off
at this.
the court.
What a save there by the Lancers.
Rebecca Feenster,
Now
number
Guertin's
12
need
for
the
Londonderry.
same type of play.
Feenster is wearing the white uniform for
Should
Londonderry.
be a setup up front.
Rabasco's shot hot to handle, but Londonderry able to dig it out.
Oh,
Gomez!
what a one-hand shot. Oh, my
Mariana
goodness.
Gomez.
Oh,
I said she
that
made
was-
the dig of the match earlier. She just
that
outdid
shot
herself.
was with the left hand.
Yeah, it
If I'm
was.
not mistaken, as I play it through my mind, I think she did it with her left hand, didn't she?
I thought it was her right.
Was it her right? I thought it was her
But
left.
she was definitely reaching back, and the question was she even going to be able to get to it? And she turned it into an ace, a winner.
Here's a setup again. That outside shot again.
Londonderry just getting it back over. Rabasco, it's in.
20 points for Guertin now. They're 5 away from taking a key 2-1 lead in this match.
Jillian Rabasco relishing those opportunities and able to hit the ball hard, long, and keep it in the court. Very difficult for Londonderry to return. That one is in. Nice shot. Number 11, Allie O'Neill, has really got great control of her hard hits. The court vision. 2010, a commanding lead for BG. Needing just 5 points to secure this third game of the best of 5 match and take a pivotal 2-1 lead. Unforced error on the serve by the Lancers. And now BG within 4, 21-10. Within 4 of clinching it out. Mariana Gomez getting a breather near side. Also Mackenzie Sweeney coming off. Doing the serving is Paula Matos, who becomes the defensive specialist now. Matos able to repeat that same serve every time. Right down the middle, force Londonderry to play it.
Oh, that tip.
The setup.
Yeah, I don't know if that was the setup Guertin wanted. They really wanted it up front. They're backed up. You see them hitting further and further back away from the net.
Great dig, Matos.
Oh, that thing went a mile high.
Yes.
They had to wait for it to come down, literally.
Terrific long
Oh,
rally.
look at that.
Out of bounds.
Yeah, that one hit.
Londonderry not to be denied on that particular point.
Still 21-11. Something happened again in between games 2 and 3.
O'Neal serve.
Boy, that's one that she tried a little duke there. She tried to make it look as though she was going to hit back, and she hit forward. Nice block.
Yeah, Rabasco and
Turns into a
Richardson up
point.
front.
Yep. 22 for Guertin. They're 3 away.
Richardson, the middle hitter. Rabasco, the right side hitter. Put up a nice wall there on Londonderry's attempted spike, and they get the point and regain serve. Rabasco down the middle. Londonderry needs to go on a run. Great save by Gomez back in the game. Inbounds. Oh, that looked like it was
that
inbounds.
was out. That looked out to me.
Wow, I want a replay on
You
that.
want a replay? I thought it was on the other side of the line, but
They're going to talk it over?
somebody yelled out it was out by a mile.
Not a mile. I hate when people exaggerate like that.
Yeah,
We wouldn't be having this discussion.
Guertin's point. So the Cardinals now with 23. 2 away.
People say not even close on a thing that you have to replay 5 times to see if it's which way it goes.
I'd have to see it once. That would be once for me. Be able to tell. There's a block and a point. Guertin now with game point.
You would have been a good umpire, you know.
With me?
Yeah. Putting your foot down on things.
I
saw what I saw.
I would have tossed you a long time ago. Believe me, you wouldn't last 4 innings in a game with me. Oh, I'd relish that. Guertin 1 point away from taking a 2-1 lead. Is that going to be it? No. Londonderry's still alive. Nice
Gomez has been brilliant back there.
Out
of bounds, though, off Guertin. Londonderry staving off what would seem to be the inevitable here. Guertin with a commanding 24-12 lead in game 3. Just needs 1 more point. 1 more unforced error, 1 more great play, however it comes. Londonderry trying to go on a 13-0 run here. Big spike is good. Number 5, Margaret Richardson.
They have a 2-1 lead, and all they need is 1 more win, and they go to the quarterfinals.
Excellent placement on that shot by Richardson.
25-12 in favor of the Cardinals in this game.
Can they close it out? We'll find out. John Collins with Tom King. We'll take a break. You're watching playoff volleyball here on NHIAA ETV. The possible decisive 4th game coming right up.
The New Hampshire Interscholastic Athletic Association presents the Life of an Athlete program.
Hi, I'm Morgan Andrews. I play at the University of Notre Dame, and I believe in the importance of hydration, rest, and nutrition.
I'm Kevin Nolan from Nashua, New Hampshire. I play for the New Hampshire Fisher Cats. I learned right away, you gotta get your rest.
Water is the best thing that you can put in your body. Nutrition is important because you're fueling your body, and your body is what gets you through the day. It's what gets you through a game.
Learn more at loanh.org.
Welcome back to Bishop Guertin High School as we go to game 4 of this best-of-5 match. BG's up 2-1. John Collins with Tom King. Tom, we were talking in the break about how it's hard to explain the swings in momentum and focus between one game to the next in volleyball.
It's almost inexplicable, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a 3-minute break in between each game. It almost seems like 6 minutes sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, and then when you get into the next game, if you don't start off fast, it seems like it's a tough recovery process. So let's see what happens here as Guertin tries to close this one out.
Londonderry opens with serve. The team that's trailing opens with serve traditionally in volleyball.
And remember, they didn't do well on this side of the floor. So there's a nice block, but no points. It goes to Londonderry as the ball goes out of bounds.
And so winning the opening point, the Lancers. Shannon Sonia is doing the service.
We get a bird's eye view on this side of the left outside hitting by Guertin that was so important, I think, in game number 3.
Nice block, nearly a point for the Lancers. BG did a good job of keeping the point alive. Whistle.
Double hit.
And that's what it was.
Yep.
Lancers off to a
little
bit of a roll here.
Look at this.
Yeah,
here we go. Again. Here we go.
And a temperamental volleyball coach, you probably could hear them like grinding their teeth and yelling, "What team's going to show up in this game? Which team is it going to be, the good team or the bad team?" But I don't know. Momentum is fickle, you know, especially in volleyball. It is. Hard hit and the deflection. They don't get it.
They don't get the call. It certainly looked like it touched Londonderry on that play.
Well, the exit velocity was 100 miles an hour, and apparently if there was a tip, the officials might have missed it. It's still a Londonderry point, and on a roll since she began this game is Shannon Sonia on serve for Londonderry.
There's a nice block by the Cardinals, but they need the points. And they don't get it.
Wow.
Wow, look at the start.
4 in a row for Londonderry. And Sonia back to serve
There's
again.
a team that's desperate now to try to salvage this season.
Down the middle, BG setting it up. Good job of getting a point, much needed.
Much needed right there.
Number 6 for BG is Lexi Cambray, outside hitter.
Guertin's first point, 4-1.
Katie Negron comes out and looked like Jillian Rabasco was coming in.
Tipped. Oh.
Another point for Guertin.
Yep.
So 4-2. BG trying to make it a 1-point game now as Jenna McCormick launches into a serve. Set up Rabasco.
No, I don't think so.
No, she just
out.
went long on the shot.
Such a hard shot. You don't have much room behind there.
Yep.
And you've got to really place it perfectly on, with a high velocity. If you can master that shot, you can be a really good volleyball player.
Rebecca Feenstra serving for Londonderry, up 5-2.
This time they tap it from the outside. Blocked, tipped out of bounds, Londonderry's point.
Yeah.
Guertin with a tough start, 6-2.
Missed block there, and so right back on serve will go Feenstra. 2 hour left. Tim O'Neill, our cameraman here on Nashua ETV. First round, preliminary round playoff game in girls volleyball Division I. Deflected, point for Londonderry. And quite the roll here to begin game 4.
Quite the roll, is that 7-2 start?
Yep.
Whew. Boy. Again,
these two
trying
teams
to fend off elimination.
Oh, Londonderry up 8-2.
Oh my
These two
goodness.
teams played back on
It's
September
surprising
11
you don't get a timeout from Rosen here.
in Londonderry, and Londonderry won their one and only meeting earlier
In
this
5,
year.
right?
In 5, they went the distance, 3-2. This one has the appearance of going the distance right now. BG could put it away with a win.
Out.
They need to get something going, and they did get a point.
Yeah,
It was
looks
out.
like Londonderry intimidated by the block attempt, and it goes out of bounds.
So
8-3.
5-point deficit for Guertin with serve.
Still, they get an 8-2 start. Amazing! It just happens all the time in this match. You win a game, and then you just relax and pay for it early in the next match.
Mariana Gomez has kept so many points alive.
She's played really well on the back line.
Londonderry trying to set up here. And we have a net violation on BG. So a point for Londonderry. Gabby Morris on serve for Londonderry. Hits it right down the middle. Londonderry leading 9-3. Nice touch. Far side by Richardson. Doesn't fall though. The setup. And in!
Oh!
Nicely done. The long hair of Mackenzie Sweeney obscuring her number, but it is number 12, Mackenzie, that got that nice shot.
9-4 in favor of Londonderry. Can the Lancers keep up the momentum throughout the course of a 25-point game.
Not if Paula Matos can help it on serve here. The freshman for Guertin. Great serve, right down the middle.
Nice ace.
Paula Matos has been so consistent with her serving. She's able to repeat the same motion every time and repeat basically the same spot on the floor. If Londonderry's smart, they'll put somebody right in the middle. And they do this time. Nice hit by Gabby Morris to keep the point alive.
Blocked, but off the net. It's going to be a point for Londonderry.
Yeah, multiple hits on the block.
Now Londonderry
violation.
double digits. Whoa, wait a minute. Whoa!
Oh! And you know what? Rightfully upset is David Starren.
He's saying that the point was in favor of Guertin. They awarded the Cardinals the point? How could that be? It seemed obvious to me, didn't it to you?
Yeah, the discussion is going to go on here. Not sure exactly what the officials saw that would cause him to say VG point. And Starren's going to get some sort of an explanation here. But I think it's going to stay in the hands of Paula Matos. It's a big call. She's serving well.
That could be a big call if Guertin comes back in this game.
Londonderry with a great setup here, and that's out of bounds.
Was it deflected? I thought it was. I think Londonderry's gotten robbed twice.
I think it hit the net cord. It looked like a deflection, but it wasn't anybody on BG's
I thought
side.
I saw a shirt ruffle. A sleeve ruffle. I thought I did.
Well, we're coming up on Halloween. Maybe you're seeing ghosts.
Yeah, maybe.
And that's another point for Guertin.
And suddenly Londonderry wants a timeout. Interesting. The team that started off fast lets that bad call, in my opinion, get to them.
Yeah.
And now they only are up 2, and Abby Rosen has a little bit of a smile on her face and tells her team, as you see her there talking to them, keep the momentum going.
And I'm sure Paula Matos has got a great personality, but she has robotic efficiency when it comes to serves. In a pressure game, that's serving her team very well. Londonderry's timeout might serve to cool off the hot hand of Matos on serve, but BG hopes not, as they've climbed right back into this 4th game in a best-of-5 match. Trailing, BG is up 2-1. They're trailing in this game, but they want to clinch it here in home court if they can in game 4. Matos on serve. Right down the middle again. Good dig by Gabby Morris.
Tipped.
To the back line.
That tip doesn't count as one of the 3 hits of it. A nice dig in the middle.
Excellent. Over it goes.
Guertin on the defensive in this rally, though. They're basically just trying to keep things in play.
Jenna McCormick, number 3.
There's a setup, but
couple
still
of nice
soft.
digs. McCormick, the set. Just getting it over was good.
Yeah, they needed to set it up from in the middle of the floor.
Oh, a tricky hit there. Went deep, and Lance was able to return it.
Matos.
Matos.
Make it over, tipped, no.
What a rally this is. And a point.
What's the score? What's the call?
We had somebody on BG's side hit the net.
Yep.
And it's a violation, and Londonderry side out gets the ball
now they
back.
finally are in double digits. That's a tough one because Guertin needed to. They could have really gotten Londonderry nervous. It's a trade-off.
Yeah. And
look at that.
The quality serves are important if you're going to go on a run. And Lancers with an unforced error there. It's a 2-point game again. BG trailing 10-8 and getting set to serve Jillian Rabasco right down the middle, deep on Londonderry's side. The setup and near put away. No, Londonderry keeps it alive. Into no man's land in the middle. That was Madison Sanborn with the clean ace of a return for Londonderry. And they're back up by 3. 11-8. That's, I believe, Kayla Coster, number 7 on serve for Londonderry. BG finds the open court.
Londonderry's got to be more prepared for that. I think they were backed up. BG hasn't tried the hard spike to the rear very often in this game. 2-point game again, 11-9. Guertin hanging around.
And serving. Might have been
They
Emma
want to do more
Williams.
than hang around. They want to win this match and get it over with. Not let it go to a 5th game with the season on the line in a tournament situation. Nice
Londonderry.
point. Londonderry coming up with big points when they need it.
Yeah. If they don't win this game, Londonderry's season is over. Single elimination. Hampshire Division I Girls Volleyball Tournament here at Bishop Guertin High School. It's the preliminary round coming into the tournament.
But see, John, think of the drama. If this was a 3-set match rather than 5.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you get a lot of, that's.
Out. Was it
No,
deflected?
No, that landed.
Was it?
I think it was in, yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
I need replay.
I know you did.
I need Wimbledon replay with the
Oh, we need the
big graphics.
We need the automatic chair umpire?
Yeah.
Yeah, right, exactly. The computerized,
yeah, I do.
Computerized umpire, yep.
Came 25, 30 years too late for John McEnroe.
Well, I don't know. You know, with some of the things we've been doing on ETV this year, I wouldn't put it past Pete Johnson to get something like that.
Both of BG's defensive specialists are excellent servers. Paula Matos and also Mariana
Doesn't
Gomez.
that help a lot, though,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Just quality serves, pounding the strike zone, as they say. Gomez setting it up, trying to put it away, and
Too
we have a
hard,
deflected
yep.
block. No, it was too
Guertin's
long.
got. They need a little bit of downward motion ability in their spiking. And I think that comes from they're not the tallest team in the world, but they do have some height up front. But they just need a little bit more pinpoint control in their spikes.
Set up. BG touch. Ooh, scrambling and saving it. Londonderry. Gomez scrambling to save it. Again, Gomez topped over.
Yep, didn't bother with the setup there. She put it right over with the left hand.
Deflected spike.
Here's
Great
the setup.
job
Let's
by
see what they do. Tip.
BG.
No. The soft touch, I think Guertin needs to hit it a little bit harder. Not that time.
What a rally this is.
Now they're keeping Londonderry in it with those soft touches. I think they need some solid spikes.
Amazing point here.
She
It
caught
got away
that.
from Londonderry.
You know, that looked like a setup on the far side by Guertin, and it ended up going over the net, and it threw the Lancers completely off.
Yeah. Just a little bit of a paintbrush tap over the net, and it was deceptive. And it threw Londonderry off enough that they kind of had a miscommunication. And we got a 1-point game on our hands. BG serving to try to come up with a tie. Jenna McCormick awaiting. Pause in the action here as she looks to the sideline. Discussion between the official and BG's head coach, Abby Rosen. Abby was able to satisfactorily get what she needed there. And it's a long serve. That kind of threw McCormick's rhythm off, I think.
We get a timeout? No, we don't.
So
Coach walk up.
2-point lead again for Londonderry. On serve, Rebecca Feenstra. Hits the net, unforced error. A 1-point game. BG gets the serve back.
John, don't you,
14-13.
14-13, don't you have the feeling that once BG takes the lead, they're not going to give it back if they ever do take the lead in this game?
Yeah.
I mean, that with the way that they can generate some momentum.
Well, they just serve better. You know, that's the key thing, too. Oh, that's a great point for Londonderry, though.
Sure
Allie
is.
O'Neill.
That's a big point for Londonderry. They needed to regain the 2-point advantage because I do believe that if Guertin grabbed the lead somewhere, they're not going to give it back.
I'd say Allie O'Neill has got to have the highest percentage of touches to points. She finds the open court, but again, Londonderry's service
There's your
game.
point with the serve game. Londonderry's serve game is killing them.
They've been giving away
A lot of
points all
points in
night.
all 3 games, all night long.
Even the one they dominated in game 2, Tom, you pointed out the only reason that BG had any points in that game was because
unforced errors
on the serve.
Yep.
Matos. Oh, you know what? I jinxed Matos.
Oh, you sure did.
That's her worst serve of the night out of about 30 serves.
And had a terrible time.
Yeah. So a player that's hit the ball well all night, Allie O'Neill, nearly found open court. BG does a great job.
Nice shot. That could be the pivotal shot of this match. We don't know yet, but that is a great shot.
Margaret Richardson and Lexi Cambray, numbers 5 and 6 up front there, doing a great job. Also, Jillian Rabasco have been stars tonight for BG. Rabasco serves a good one right down the middle. And that seemed to be a facial on one of the Londonderry players that turned into a double hit. Hit her in the face, unfortunately, and then the hand. And a violation gives the point to BG. Down the middle. The serve again, quality. BG setting it up. Trying to take the lead here.
Oh,
good
nice
touch.
tap. Nope.
Forces Londonderry to scramble and just get it over.
Cardinals with a chance to grab the lead, as John said. Is that going to be
That's
in?
in. Oh, that was nicely placed.
That's a tennis shot right there.
Number 10,
cross court.
Emma Williams.
She knows she got it just barely, but she did it. She hit the only spot she could to get that point.
And that's a key point, not only because how well it was, how exciting it was.
Let's see if my theory holds true, John.
Yeah, BG's got the lead. Will they give it back? Well, they
do
allowed
not.
Londonderry to tie. 17-17.
You know what? She should have let that one go. That was headed out.
Best
really,
chance.
I thought it wasn't going to sink in time.
What a fourth game of this best-of-5 match. BG leading 2-1, trying to put Londonderry away and advance in the tournament. Londonderry trying to keep their season alive. Kayla Coster on serve for Londonderry. BG's return is a good one. Slapping that ball deep. Gomez had a decision to make. She decided that the shot by Sanborn was going to be in, so she played it, and Londonderry turns it into a point. They have the lead back.
And my theory is out the window.
Instead, we just got on the seesaw here.
Don't touch that remote. We've got a bunch of points to go here in game 4. And will we have a game 5? We'll find out.
Foster. Touch return is good.
Back to even. Almost like I almost said back to deuce, because that's what it feels like.
Margaret Richardson.
We are at 18
with
apiece.
the point. 18 all.
Here in game numero 4.
Oh, to be 18 again.
Yes, huh?
Some of these players are, I guess, in their senior years. That ball is blocked and returned.
Tap. Block, and
Londonderry's up on top, 19-18.
Nice play by Londonderry. They had the chance right there in the middle of the floor to get the edge, and they took advantage of it.
Angela Piker just into the game will handle serve for
This
Londonderry.
is where Londonderry has its problems. On serve.
There's a good one. The setup. And blocked and an illegal double hit that time. And out of bounds off Londonderry.
Boy.
A little bit of a miscue
I think
there.
Londonderry fell asleep on that play. And we're tied again.
19-19.
Best game of the match. Most important game of the match.
Mariana Gomez on serve for BG. Wow, she'd like to go on a little roll here. At a key moment. Good hard serve down the middle. Londonderry with a nice setup. Saved by BG near the back line. Quality return by Lexi Cambray. Londonderry blocked at the net. Another block. A save, a setup. And it's going to get away from Londonderry.
Yep, it does. And Guertin has the lead at 20-19, and the Lancers now all of a sudden feeling a little bit of heat here.
Well, that was a hard-fought point, but the serve remains in the hands of Mariana Gomez.
The tension mounts here at the Caligadome.
I believe it was Katie Negron, number 9, that figured
nice
in
low
that.
serve. It forced a dig. Oh, nice save there. Out in the spike.
It's out.
Goes out.
Yes, it was just out, far sideline.
Wow, Londonderry had a golden opportunity and they couldn't take advantage of it. They had a Guertin player off balance and they nail it.
Timeout, Londonderry.
And a 2-point advantage. Guertin, you can sense the excitement. They can smell it.
So many sports we say are a game of inches, Tom.
That
Volleyball's no different.
No.
That was just out by inches, far sideline. Key call by the official. Had a great view of it. Instead of being tied at 20-20. We have 21-19 in favor of Bishop Guertin. They still have the serve, and they feel the momentum is on their side. Londonderry, meanwhile, trying to come up with a strategy to save the season. That's David Starren doing the talking in the Londonderry huddle, the Lancers head coach. His assistants are Rebecca Campo and Melissa Starren. Head varsity coach of BG, Abby Rose, and her assistants Matt Box and Kyle Clement. BG 4 points away from advancing to play the winner of Concord versus Salem, the other preliminary game in their match in their bracket. Long on the serve, Gomez.
Oh, unforced error.
Yep.
Not what you want to see.
Only about a foot long, but Londonderry, good decision to let it go. 21-20. The setup for Guertin.
There it is.
Good,
Nope.
hard put-away attempt. Londonderry saves it. The dig. A nice punch return. Teams volleying it back and forth. Out of bounds. The call is tipped off by BG. Point for Londonderry.
Yeah, I thought so.
Wow, we're tied again.
Yep. Oh, boy.
21-21. Londonderry's serving. BG returning.
You know, Londonderry served better in the last few minutes, John.
Yes.
Not turn the ball over.
Probably good coaching there. Returning, people playing a little bit cautious here. That's a point for
And the
Londonderry.
Lancers grab the
They
lead
take the
back.
lead.
They have taken
Late
away with
in this
3
one.
straight points.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Guertin had it in their grasp. Now they've got to rally back.
Team backed into a corner trying to fight
And
their
again,
way
I
out.
think the difference, the serving. Londonderry's put points in. There's a point for Guertin. We're back to being tied.
Key moment.
But again, Londonderry, John, they're not killing themselves with unforced serves. Unforced errors on serves.
Londonderry rotating. BG rotating after getting the serve. Let's see who's got it.
22 apiece. You got to win by 2.
That one is a good one down the middle. Londonderry to play it. Yeah, that's a key point. You got to win by 2. Lancers setting up. Blocked!
Oh!
Oh, what a block. The best of the night for BG.
I think so. I
The
don't
most
think any doubt
important
about
moment. Number 12 is Mackenzie Sweeney.
She was it. She got up there, timed it perfectly. And it wasn't even like it was tipped. She got it solidly on her forearms and blocked it away.
A couple of points here, and BG wins the match. Serve down the middle.
It's a good serve on the back end.
Londonderry gets it back over. Set up for the Cardinals.
And they get a point.
And a point, they're 1 away.
1 away, match point. 1 point away from going to the quarterfinals.
Jillian Rabasco, the right side hitter. Too much on that for Londonderry to block it or return it.
Again, the point of the match, I think, was that block by Sweeney.
And McCormick serving
Nobody
up in the
knew
air.
who was gonna
Londonderry.
take it,
Oh, and
and
it's
that's
the season for Londonderry.
The
It's a
miscommunication.
tournament victory for Bishop Guertin. What a game that
25-22
was.
in the last game. Very entertaining volleyball.
It got more and more entertaining as the match went along.
Amazing, isn't it? In a matter of 2 or 3 minutes, your season can just end.
Congratulations to the Bishop Guertin Cardinals advancing in the tournament. Congrats also to the Londonderry Lancers for a hard-fought playoff match. I'm John Collins for Tom King, thanking our cameraman Tim O'Neill and our executive producer Pete Johnson. BG advances 3-1 over Londonderry to play the winner of Salem Concord. Good night from Bishop Guertin High School, everybody.